boots on tonight. Before the kickoff, there will be applause for Davide Astori, whose funeral was held today in Florence. The Fiorentina and Italy defender who died at the age of just 31 on the weekend. Tribute especially poignant here as Gennaro Gattuso played with Astori when he was just a youngster. He never made the first team here, but he was a local boy to Milan who came through the AC Milan Academy. Gattuso says he remembers him as a 16-year-old, being so humble and so modest and just wanting to learn. It's such a sad story. Gives me a chance to introduce Robbie Savage alongside me. What a night this is for both clubs.
Certainly is. No, AC Milan, good record under Gattuso. Arsenal with 4 wins in 2018. It's going to be tough, and a Xhaka
trying to get it forward. Milan make a bit of an error. Hoik it up into the air towards the edge of the Arsenal penalty area. Headed away initially. Kessie then heads it back. Catrione's going to try and get across there. This young Italian 20-year-old who's really set alight the San Siro this season for AC Milan. 14 goals in all competitions. He's been particularly prolific in the Europa League this season, and he's won his side another corner kick. An early test for Arsene Wenger's men, finding themselves under pressure here. David Ospina, the man in goal tonight, trying to organise his defence. Here comes the corner from the right-hand side in towards the near post. Kessie tries to flick that one on. It's going to go back out onto the far side. Second opportunity for Milan. In towards the near post. It goes flicked across the face of goal. And there were 2 Milan players trying to get a touch on it. I think it was Bonaventura at the far post who just missed it. But what an opening already for Milan.
Yeah, what a fantastic ball in the box it was. And I think the touch, I couldn't see who it came off, but it looked like an Arsenal man, and it nearly fell to Bonaventura. Indeed, it did come off an Arsenal man because there's a corner on the other side.
Third corner of the game already for Milan. In it comes towards the near post, flicked away towards the far post, and well, could he have controlled it a little bit better there? Couldn't quite see who it was who had time to bring it down, but couldn't get the shot away before Mkhitaryan got in with the tackle to nick it away. And it's cleared upfield by Arsenal, but it's going to come straight back at them. And Milan really up for this game. Gattuso has really got them fired up in the changing room before kickoff, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, you'd expect that from Gattuso, considering the character of player that he was in his career. He wasn't a shrinking violet, to say the least. So he'll have had a really positive impact. The results speak volumes of him coming in, really shaking up the dressing room, because at the start of the season, AC Milan, they spent bucket loads of money to try and ascend themselves back to the height of Italian football, obviously dominated by Juventus in recent years. It didn't happen for them straight away, but it looks like the start of something good.
Yeah, they got rid of Vincenzo Montella, who oversaw that big spending spree. Gattuso came in November. They lost the first match under him against Benevento, but since then they've really not looked back, and they look much more solid now. They've not conceded a goal in the last 4 matches as Arsenal win the ball back. Crossfield pass misplaced, and it's going to be Chambers down the right-hand side. Gets a low ball in towards Welbeck. Oh, he just can't bring it under control, and it's cleared away by Calabri on the far side of the field. Arsenal trying to keep Milan penned in their own half, and they will, with Kolasinac, who collects it on the far side. The big Bosnian just chips it down the touchline. He's going to get it back now, and Arsenal can have a spell of possession. And I can't help but feel Danny Welbeck perhaps should have done better there when the ball came into him.
Yeah, he maybe should have. I think in Welbeck's defence, you could say that the ball across was just a tiny bit behind him, and he kind of lost his balance as he was looking to back into Bonucci, I think it was. But decent play down the right-hand side from Arsenal. Good ball across from Chambers. and they're just starting to feel their way into this game.
Yeah, Arsenal slowly coming out of their shell after a very fast start by AC Milan. Here they come, ball forward to Kolasinac. They try and work the 1-2 into the penalty area. The cutback is a poor one, cuts out by Bonucci, and Kessie will carry it away. And considering this is the first leg of this last 16 tie, these sides are really going at it right from the off. Ball quickly played forward towards Kalanoglu, doesn't reach him. Chambers took a whack in the head and he's gone down. But play continues, and I think the referee has finally spotted that Chambers does have a knock to the head, so we're going to get a break in play. The French official Clement Turpin is the man in charge this evening, has brought play to a halt. But I can't believe the pace of the game, considering this is the first leg of a European tie.
Yeah, I mean, you normally expect first leg games to be rather cagey, and particularly away to Italian opposition, of course, renowned for their defensive style of football. But 5 minutes in, there's a fantastic feel and pace to this game, and it looks like we could be in for a good one, because we know that Arsenal aren't going to sit back and defend. They just don't have that in their DNA. They're going to go forward at any opportunity. So it'll be up to AC Milan to try and exploit that.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is going to be a wide open game, isn't it, given the way Arsenal play. They have tended to find the back of there on a regular basis away from home, which is good news as far as their hopes are concerned of going through to the quarterfinals of the Europa League. They've scored in 7 of their last 9 games away from home. And they, of course, took Östersunds apart in the first leg of their last 32 tie, but this is a massive step up compared to the Swedish minnows who are enjoying their first European campaign in the last round. This is AC Milan, who have got 7 European Cups to their name. Only Real Madrid have more success in Europe as well. They've given it away though, Milan. Terrible pass in the middle of the park by Biglia. It's Welbeck now, forward to Mkhitaryan. Good chap. Under a bit of pressure, tries to find Bonaventura. Referee decides he wasn't fouled as he hits the deck, Kessie, and Arsenal now can come away with it. Ramsey with it here. Forward towards Welbeck. Welbeck's going to try and turn away from his man Calabria on the far side of the field, and he wins a throw-in. Looking at it again, I think a bit of an accident perhaps with Granit Xhaka going down and slipping, trying to make the challenge of Kessie. Both slipping in the middle of the park on the San Siro pitch, which looks in fine health. It hasn't always been one of the better playing surfaces in European football. Looking good at the minute as Mustafi has it for Arsenal. Milan happy just to sit back and let the Gunners have the ball. Milan 0, Arsenal 0 if you're just joining us for this Europa League encounter. Ball played forward, takes a deflection, finds its way to Ozil, slid into Wilshere, shooting chance here. Wilshere takes it wide, gives it back. Kolasinac with a strike, and it's into the side netting. And the net rippled, and just for a minute it looked like maybe Arsenal had broken the deadlock. It was Mkhitaryan actually with the final effort, but Arsenal getting in at Milan quite easily on that occasion.
Yeah, Milan don't look like they're up to too much defensively at the moment. Arsenal getting several bodies forward. Wilshere with a really good run into the box. He took it wide and then laid it off for Mkhitaryan, and just wide of that near post.
So, good opening for Arsenal in the early stages of this one. Here come Milan at the other end. Lovely play by Suso. Drives into the box, then he overruns it, and it's going to go out of play for a goal kick. Good work initially by the Spaniard, but couldn't keep it in. Kolasinac is going to have to do better against Suso, who's actually shown up quite well since making the move from Liverpool to Milan, via a couple of other clubs.
Yeah, I mean, Kolasinac needs to do a lot better in that situation. He was nutmegged far too easily by Suso, but then just one touch too many from the ex-Liverpool man. Took it out for a goal kick, and it already looks like that Milan will be looking to attack Arsenal down that left-hand side. Kolasinac hasn't played too much football recently, and he is a fullback that likes to advance.
Here come Arsenal at the other end, though. Mkhitaryan into the penalty area, goes past his man. Can he pull it back? Oh, Welbeck left it. Maybe got a call from Wilshere, who was behind him and in a better position. Mkhitaryan recovers possession, though. Feeds it in field. This is much better from Arsenal than we've seen in recent matches by the Gunners. Really rising to the occasion here tonight against Milan in what is their last chance to win a trophy this season, the Europa League. But here come the Italians. Ricardo Rodriguez plays that one forward for Kalanoglu. Down the left-hand side comes the Turkish international. Noglu just plays it back to Rodriguez, and they go back inside their own half, and now it's on to Bonucci. He's got a great range of passing, tries to fizz that one through, looking for Crotone. It's going to be collected by Arsenal. Terrible clearance though, straight to Calhanoglu. What can Milan do with it here? In towards Crotone, shooting chance into the side netting. It was a tight angle for the young Italian, who's putting in plenty of work here, but I tell you what, if this finishes, kiss of death now, but this finishes 0-0, I'll be amazed. This game is so open and defence is so lax.
Yeah, it certainly is. It was a poor clearance from Chambers trying to turn, but he was off balance. And I'm questioning where the rest of his teammates are, because Calhanoglu had so much time to feed that ball through to Cutrone. I think he thought too hard about it, and then when he put the ball through, the angle was a little bit too tight for him. But both sides defensively at the moment do look a bit suspect.
Bright starts at the San Siro, where it's still Milan 0, Arsenal 0, but both sides creating chances, with both teams having problems keeping the opposition out at the back. Milan made a fast start to the game, won a series of corners, and Bonaventura nearly turned a cross in at the far post. Crotone's also hit the side netting for Milan. At the other end, Arsenal have looked bright coming forward down the left-hand side, and Mkhitaryan went close to opening the scoring after a good bit of work by Jack Wilshere inside the penalty area. Mkhitaryan hitting the side netting with his eventual effort. It's a really entertaining game right from the off, but at the minute, still Milan 0, Arsenal 0.
Yeah, it certainly is entertaining at the moment. Both sides really getting forward, trying to play this free-flowing brand of football, and Arsenal come forward again as Ramsey tries to knock one into the box. There was a few half-hearted shouts of handball when Welbeck tried to control it, but nothing given by the French officials. But once again, Wilshere lobs a ball forward. Welbeck tries to get on the end of it, and I think Welbeck tonight really needs to try and use his pace and use his presence to try and hurt the AC Milan defenders, because they're looking to utilise him quite a lot.
Yeah, they're trying to get him away from Bonucci. He's not the quickest. Ball in behind here, and Calhanoglu might reach this one. Oh, he skips past Ospina, who could easily have brought him down there. There wasn't any contact, and I suppose fair play to Calhanoglu, stayed on his feet, didn't give the ref that decision.
I was going to say, I was expecting him to go down regardless of whether he got a touch. I think it would have been that blatant that he dived. He was genuinely trying to step out of the way, so we've got to give fair play to him. He didn't go down and dive, but Ospina, once again, I think he committed a bit too late. He was lucky that the angle would have been far too tight for Calhanoglu to try and get one across goal.
Yeah, you're spot on saying that Ospina just hesitated, and then when he did commit, nearly was a disaster for Arsenal. This is one of 4 last 16 ties currently taking place this evening. No goals elsewhere in the other 3 that are ongoing right now. Keep you up to date with the scores as and when they change elsewhere in Europe as the Europa League reaches an exciting point, as Mustafi, trying to play a simple 10-yard pass, just puts the ball out of play for a throw-in. So many players looking short of confidence for Arsenal right now. Mustafi is one of them, as the Gunners give away a free kick. Ramsey brought back into the side tonight, having been left out against Brighton at the weekend. Reports of a dressing room bust-up being behind Wenger's decision not to play Ramsey at the weekend, but he's in the starting 11 this evening. Here's Rodriguez for Milan. Calhanoglu infield to Kessie, and he tries to feed that one through. Intercepted by Arsenal. Wilshere's little flick on doesn't find Welbeck, then it's hammered forward through for Ospina. Romagnoli, not his best pass, and Ospina will be grateful to collect. It's with Ramsey now. Arsenal have produced some of their better performances in Europe at the San Siro in recent years. Thrashed into Milan by 5 goals to 1 famously once, also beat AC by 2 goals to 0 with Fabregas getting on the score sheet not that many years ago. As the ball is played forward to Kolasinac. Can't get past his man inside the box, and Milan will come away with it, but then they give it away. It's into the feet of Ozil. Ozil chips it out wide, lovely pass to Kolasinac, who cuts in field, shooting chance, takes a deflection, and it's in. And Arsenal have a precious away goal, and they take the lead, and it's Mkhitaryan with the strike. Took a wicked deflection, left Donnarumma with no chance, but Arsenal lead by a goal to nil.
Yeah, I think that's just the good fortune that Arsenal have needed. Again, I think it's been deserved with the amount of attacking intent they've shown in the game, particularly down that side. Mkhitaryan cut in, got the strike away on goal. It did take a horrible deflection from an AC Milan point of view, straight past Donnarumma into the back of the net for 1-0.
Arsenal have made the breakthrough at the San Siro. They've made a very bright start to this game, much improved on recent performances, and they've gone ahead through Henrik Mkhitaryan's strike. Massive slice of good fortune, though, about the goal. He does really well initially to cut inside past one Milan defender, and then unleashes a strike which takes a big deflection off another, looping it over Donnarumma. No chance for the Milan goalkeeper, and it's Arsenal who strike first. It's Milan 0, Arsenal 1.
Yeah, fantastic start to the game for Arsenal. Exactly what they needed. If it had been the other way around, you would have dreaded to think what the reaction would have been, not just from the Arsenal players, but from the fans that will have gone to Italy. It wouldn't have been one of too much happiness. So, a real precious goal they've got. Of course, all away goals at this level do mean a lot for sides in the Europa League. And they've just got to build on this lead now. They can't do what they usually do, which is fall asleep and lose a bit of concentration. They know that going forward, they've probably got the beating of AC Milan's defence, so they just need to keep going.
Yeah, they need to keep the pressure on, don't they? The way they've started, they've certainly got Milan on the back foot in the early stages here. They have an away goal now, Arsenal. They have the lead in the tie. And it's been a much better performance than recent weeks from Arsenal. Ball at the feet of Milan again. What can they do? Not often have they found themselves behind in matches in recent weeks. They conceded a goal for a month coming into this game. But they have conceded one now. There's a foul on the far side, and I don't think it is. Kananoglu, who we're praising for not diving, I think he's going to be spoken to for simulation. And rightly so, because Chambers pulled out of the tackle and he still fell over. Yeah,
it was a poor one from Çalhanoğlu, giving him all the praise about the fair play a few minutes ago, and then he does that. It's silly from him, and the momentum's still with Arsenal.
Ball forward towards Welbeck. It's not going to reach him. A lot of pressure on Danny Welbeck to lead the line because Aubameyang is cup-tied and Lacazette is still out injured. I thought it would have been Lacazette had he have been fit, but it's Welbeck, the only fit senior striker or available senior striker to Arsene Wenger, as Arsenal win the ball back on halfway. Then it's overrun by Ramsey. Wilshere collects it here, spins past one, then he's tripped. It's fairly cynical from Biglia. And that will be a free kick on the halfway line. There's a man down on the far side of the field for AC as well. Calabria is the man who's taken a tumble. Put a challenge in and then went down.
Yeah, it's one of those very awkward ones where the studs get caught in the turf and his knee kind of jarred. It's one of those horrible ones where, you know, so many players these days seem to injure their ACLs and the knee ligaments, and you'd hope it's not that, maybe just a jarred knee or a twisted knee at worst. But yeah, he looks in a bit of pain. Magic spray's going on, but I don't know how much good that'll do.
Yeah, he does look in some discomfort, the Milan right back. It's getting a replay of Arsenal's goal now, and it was given away by Milan. It was Calabria who actually gave it away. Then he was beaten by Mkhitaryan. The shot deflected off Bonucci. Mkhitaryan, of course, won this competition last year with Manchester United. Seems to revel in European football, actually. Did really well for United in that run to the title last year. He's got his name on the score sheet this evening as well. Here's Wilshere for Arsenal. Back he goes inside his own half. Koscielny with it now, out to the far side. Kolasinac down the line to Mkhitaryan. Here's Welbeck. Kolasinac has made the overlapping run. Welbeck decides against it, keeps possession, and he slips. Still under pressure, loses the ball in the end. He goes down holding his face. Arsenal have it here on the far side. Welbeck's getting up now, and he gets straight back into play, and the Italian fans won't like that as his passing field doesn't find Jack Wilshere from Welbeck. Then there's a sliding challenge coming in from Xhaka. That will be a free kick. it's all action being played at 100 miles an hour. I'd suggest Arsenal might need to slow it down and just protect this lead for 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, I think that's probably what they do need to do. Lovely play from Kolasinac in that tight area, and Welbeck conveniently fit and ready as soon as the ball was played through to him. Fortunately, though, for him, he couldn't square it across. But yeah, there's still, with nearly 20 minutes of the game gone, still a brilliant pace to the game, and both sides looking to hurt each other defensively.
Yeah, it's a really entertaining tie already, this one. As Gattuso's ditched the jacket and he's gesticulating furiously. He's almost on the pitch. He's right on the limit of his technical area. As Bonucci gives it away again. Dare I say it, Milan actually look a little bit nervous themselves this evening. This is a big game for AC Milan, who have missed out on Europe in recent years. Trying to re-establish themselves amongst Europe's top clubs again after a difficult period. Bonucci plays it out wide to Calabria. This is better from Milan. In comes the cross towards a far post. Calhanoglu can't quite reach it, and it goes behind for a goal kick. But some of the Milan players do look a little bit nervous. You know, it's not just Arsenal who are nervous after the poor run, I think, tonight.
Yeah, particularly the back four have looked a bit nervous, and Belia in midfield, he's given the ball away a couple of times as well, and I think maybe it is quite a big occasion for these AC Milan players, because like you say, they've not been in Europe too much recently, and they'll need to try and win this competition even. It's nowhere near as satisfying to win as the Champions League, but it'd be a big deal for AC Milan if they do go on and win the Europa League. It'll give them a Champions League place. It'll be another step on the way to get back to the top. Yeah, I mean, Milan have got a similar problem to Arsenal in that they're 7th at the moment, some way off the leaders Napoli. It's looking unlikely they're going to make the top 4 right now, much like Arsenal. So this could be their only route into the Champions League next season. It's a big game for both of these two. As I can tell you, Atletico Madrid have taken a 1-0 lead against Lokomotiv Moscow. One of the other ties going on right now. 4 more ties to come at 8 o'clock. We'll have coverage of Marseille versus Athletic Bilbao on this service for you. Some really interesting last 16 ties in the Europa League. This is the headline one, though, that we're watching right now, as Arsenal lead by a goal to nil. Mkhitaryan's deflected strike, putting the Gunners 1-0 in front. Now they're just controlling possession. It's Chambers as well to step away from Calhanoglu. And then in field it goes for Ramsey. A little layoff for Xhaka. Now into the feet of Mkhitaryan again. Sliding challenge comes in to dispossess him, but then Mkhitaryan wins it back really well. Out wide it goes. Kolasinac can't get his feet sorted out, but he's strong enough to hold off the challenge of Biglia. Then he tries to feed it in field, doesn't find a teammate in blue. There's still a Milan player down, and I think eventually they're going to put it out. Calabria slams it into the advertising audience because I think he's furious that there's a teammate down when they could have perhaps launched a counter-attack, but yeah, he's not going to win too many favours, is Calabria, for his time on the deck this evening. And it's an opportune moment with a break in play to hand over to Dan for what remains of the game, with Calabria needing more treatment. Cheers, Chris. Yeah, he's gone down under the challenge from Henrik Mkhitaryan as he was just dallying on the ball, completely unaware of Mkhitaryan. I don't know if it's a recurrence of the injury we saw him pick up a few minutes ago, where he was down with his knee problem. They are spraying that same knee, by the way, so it could prove to be a bit of a problem for AC Milan, as still got this break in play. He's been helped up by the physios, but really hobbling away quite uncomfortably. Doesn't look good for Davide Calabria, looking like that he's going to have to limp off for this game. He's walking very heavily on his feet, just gesticulating to someone with the physios, as he's now off to the sideline, so the game can get underway. But just from that attack we saw earlier, Arsenal had 6 bodies in and around the box, so it just shows the game plan that they've got at the moment, trying to hurt AC Milan defensively as much as possible, as AC pick up the ball with Ricardo Rodriguez, but he gives it away this time. Danny Welbeck Really playing well up front for the Gunners at the moment. And now Arsenal steam forward. Ramsey with a ball to Wilshere. Will he shoot? No, he lays it off to Ozil. Ozil picks it up, but Kessie with a really good challenge. And now he can run out of the D. Plays it to the left-hand side. Bonaventura. Now it's into Çalhanoğlu. He switches it over to the far side. Just behind Suso, but he's got enough time and space to control it. Suso continues. To cut in and then cut back out. Cross comes into the... Prevent it from going for a throw-in, but he's ball in field. Doesn't quite find Mkhitaryan. AC Milan come away with the ball. And now they can pass it along their backline. Romagnoli to Rodriguez, the Swiss fullback, regarded as one of the best left-backs in Europe prior to his move, but hasn't really shown the form that earned him that. Now Bonaventura. Here's Rodriguez, but the closing down from Arsenal has been pretty good tonight. They've won the ball back on a number of occasions, so that'll give encouragement to Arsene Wenger.
Yeah, they're forcing mistakes from Milan, aren't they? And putting the pressure on, and as we said, Milan are looking a little bit nervous to start with, and yeah, there's plenty of encouragement out there for Arsenal and the fans who have made the trip over, particularly the space in the middle of the park with Milan just playing three in midfield. There's loads of space for Arsenal to operate in, and they're picking their time and space well.
Here comes Rodriguez. He's got a bit of space on this far side with just Chambers for company. Cuts inside. Now finds Bonaventura. Nearly went to shoot. Wilshere got in and got the ball away. So now Arsenal once again robbed Milan of possession. Wilshere tries to play a 1-2, and the ball does find Ozil via a couple of deflections. Mkhitaryan, scorer of the first goal, but just shows a little bit too much of the ball to Kessie. And now Milan can come away with the ball. Bonaventura touches it in front of him, and now plays the ball out to the left-hand side. Çalhanoğlu, he's got plenty of space, looks to cut inside, but the back heel, he kind of forgets to back heel the ball, just back heels himself. And now Arsenal come away with it. Here's Chambers, playing at right back tonight instead of his usual centre-back role, of course, where he played most of his football at Southampton. Now into the middle with Xhaka, one of the many players for Arsenal particularly criticised after that League Cup defeat. He's on the ball again, Granit Xhaka. Now with Ramsey. Kolasinac out to Mkhitaryan, and then Kolasinac gets it back. Arsenal composed in possession, as you'd expect them to be. Staffy ambles forward and tries a raking ball out to the left-hand side. It's headed down back towards the goalkeeper Donnarumma, who does just enough to keep that in play. Ramsey's shouting for a corner. Doesn't look like it has been given by the looks of it. So Arsenal with a chance from the set piece, and just little things like that. The slack header back. Donnarumma being forced to really sprint to try and keep that one in play. He nearly did so, but Arsenal have the corner.
Yeah, Calabria is having a real nightmare, isn't he, at the back tonight? I don't know if he is struggling with injury, but he's given the ball away too many times, and there it was his poor header back which has given Arsenal this corner.
Yeah, it's taken short, and then back to the corner taker. Now Ozil. Here comes Ramsey. Ramsey pokes the ball back out to the left. Ozil through the legs of Kessie. Now Ramsey. Ramsey with a clever ball into Wilshere. Wilshere, will he square it? No, it's a great challenge from Leonardo Bonucci just to stop Jack Wilshere in his tracks as he received the ball in the box. Another corner kick. But Ozil back to Ramsey with a lovely little nutmeg. The ball through from Ramsey was superb, but Wilshere couldn't quite get it in. But Arsenal have another opportunity from the set piece. Mustafi and Koscielny up there. Arsenal in the box, but he's behind everyone. And Milan will keep this one in play. Rodriguez not wanting to concede the throw-in. All the way back now to Donnarumma, who has been a bit of a love-hate figure among AC Milan's this season, the goalkeeper. Only 19 years old, Gianluigi Donnarumma, but already making a huge name for himself in European football, and speculation about his future has led to a few fans booing him as Milan make a bit of a mess of the clearance. It's back now on the left. Here's Rodriguez. Çalhanoğlu in field to Giacomo Bonaventura. That's a nice ball out to Calabria. Calabria now to Suso. Kessie's made a run from midfield into the box. Suso crosses it in. Ospina flaps at it but gets enough to punch it away, and then the volley comes in from Bonaventura. Not too far wide, but it would have been a sensational effort to go in the back of the net.
Arsenal still lead in Milan by a goal to nil, but Milan have come close to equalising in this game. Suso with a great run and cross down the left-hand side. Arsenal didn't deal with it particularly well. Ospina punching it straight to Bonaventura, who took it on the volley first time. It was a difficult chance. They only just missed the target with Ospina stranded on the deck. It could have been a disaster for Arsenal, who have looked pretty solid for the most part since going in front. Jack Wilshere's been played in a goal a couple of times, but hasn't pulled the trigger when getting a sight of goal. But for now, it's all good as far as the Gunners are concerned. They still lead by a goal to nil.
Well, from that punch by Ospina, Mustafi took a real clobbering from him as the landing as well. He landed awkwardly on his head. Ospina himself is limping ever so slightly, but he looks like the German centre-back has come off worse from that challenge. Seeing shots now of Rob Holding warming up, but it doesn't look like he'll be the one coming on. It looks like Mustafi will be able to continue, but always awkward when you've got those clashes of heads and firm collisions. So we'll have to keep an eye on Mustafi's progress. Arsene Wenger just pacing up and down that touchline. He'll be happy with what he's seen from his side so far, despite that little scare when the ball came in and the fizzing volley from Bonaventura went wide, luckily from an Arsenal point of view. Here's Rodriguez, turns himself into trouble. Romagnoli just has to launch it up long, and that'll be an easy header away by Xhaka. Through everyone though. Now it's Bonucci. Calabria. Looks to be running a bit freer now, Davide Calabria. Kessie, that's a nice ball forward to Patrick Cutrone. And, well, we mentioned early on about how Milan looked like they were coming forward, but I think that's the first time I've mentioned Cutrone's name for quite a while. He's looking quite isolated up there.
Yeah, he's not getting as much ball as I thought he would, based on the first 5 minutes of the game when he was really heavily involved in the match, but they can't get it out wide, which is where they look the most dangerous. Milan, Suso and Çalhanoğlu just unable to get on the ball in the right areas to get Cutrone involved in this game a bit more. Fair play to Arsenal, they're doing a really good job of dominating possession. Just to say that Mustafi plays a ridiculous pass over the top and how to play for a goal kick, but for the most part they're keeping the ball well, and when Milan get it they seem to be rushing because they're over eager to get back in the game.
Yeah, and Arsenal do look to be pressing Milan more than they usually press their opponents, because quite a few times in this game now we've seen Milan players get themselves into awkward areas and forced to go backwards or give the ball away. So good performance from Arsenal so far. 32.5 minutes gone of this encounter. Milan 0, Arsenal 1. A deflected strike from Henrik Mkhitaryan. The difference between the two sides at the moment, although you can't rule out AC Milan at the moment given their really good form at the minute in Serie A, but you can if they keep giving the ball away like that. Romagnoli once again, a really poor ball. They do get away with it, do AC Milan, via a long kick out from the goalkeeper Donnarumma, but they just look so shaky at the back at the moment.
They do, don't they? I wouldn't want to be in that dressing room at half-time if they don't improve before the break, with Gattuso coming in there probably quite hot and bothered right now the way his team have played, but they are finding it difficult, aren't they, to cope with the high pressing game of Arsenal?
They certainly are, as Arsenal come forward once again down the left. Ramsey just waiting for the run of Kolasinac, but doesn't give it to him. Now Xhaka will pick it up and go back to Ramsey. Here's Laurent Koscielny. Now Mustafi, who looks like he's running freely and fine after that collision. No further damage to report for him. Oh, and that's a slip though from Callum Chambers, but Mustafi was in the right place to get that one away. Ramsey now forward to Wilshere. Ramsey again gets it back. Chambers is running down that flank and gets it. Infield to Wilshere. Tries to skip away from a couple of Milan bodies, but Biglia wins it back. Now it's a touch on from Crotone, and he slipped as well. I don't know what the weather conditions are like in Milan at the moment, whether there's some rain or not, but a few players tumbling to the decks at the moment. Welbeck Welbeck back now to Kolasinac. Here is Ozil. Welbeck just outside the box. He's then bundled down by Kessie, but no foul given. Cutrone backs into Koscielny, and Frenchman wins the ball back, although unfairly as deemed by his countryman, the French official Clément Turpin. So a free kick now for Milan. Just had his hands all around his body, really.
Yeah, he's trying to let the game flow, isn't he, the French official? But I did think that was a foul on Welbeck. Looking at the replay, it hasn't changed my mind. He was definitely chopped down by Kessie, so he's missed a couple now for both teams.
Çalhanoğlu plays it into Cutrone, but is there another foul being given? Yes, there is. So, and now a free kick for AC Milan. Çalhanoğlu brought down, and he is a set-piece specialist, Hakan Çalhanoğlu, as well as Ricardo Rodriguez. So they've got a couple of men in their side who can cause damage from these free kicks. Might be a little bit too far out for the shot, although Çalhanoğlu is eyeing this one up. We've also got Suso standing over the ball, as well as Gattuso, not one to mince his words, barking out instructions from the sideline on this left-hand side. So does suit the right footer more if indeed he is going for goal, or Suso can whip it in. Playing a fairly high line Arsenal, as Suso does whip it to the back post, headed on, out for a corner kick. Xhaka getting back and defending that one well, and it was a crucial interception from the Swiss midfielder, because there was three at the back post, all steaming in.
I've been impressed with Suso's delivery into the box. It's been dangerous every time he's got the chance.
Crossed in now to the back post again, but Arsenal do head it out. Not quite as convincingly this time, but then it's launched out for a throw-in. So Mkhitaryan this time doing his defensive work, something that he was accused of not doing too well when he was at Manchester United. One of the reasons why Jose Mourinho decided to part ways with him in January. Of course, in that swap deal with Alexis Sanchez. Still a bit of bad blood between himself and Arsenal, as the ball lofted up for Cutrone, headed away by Mustafi. And from what I've seen, Cutrone doesn't look like the kind of player who three at the back post, all steaming in.
Been impressed
with
Suso
coming in at that back post, and it was a real teasing delivery.
Yeah.
Ospina didn't know what to do with it.
No, it's one of those, isn't it, in the corridor of uncertainty, I think they call it, where it's not clear whether the defender or the goalkeeper should deal with it. Suso couldn't take advantage, though, perhaps showing that he's not a natural striker, and Cutrone, that's the kind of situation he wants to get himself into. But fantastic cross into the box. Arsenal have got to try and cut those out a bit more, because too often Milan, when they do get wide, are able to put the ball in the penalty area.
They certainly are. It's let's not forget, it's still an Arsenal side that are lacking in confidence at the moment, albeit these 37.5 minutes will surely have raised that somewhat. And once again, they win a ball back from Milan. Cutrone again gives it away, but he does win it back now in the middle to Kessie, who just plays himself into trouble. The whistle has gone, though, against the Arsenal man who challenged him, although there is one still down. Kessie with a poor touch, and well, Mkhitaryan's gone down, saying that Kessie struck his face. There didn't look to be an awful lot in it, seeing our replays from the studio pictures we've got. Kessie protesting his innocence, and indeed the free kick did go Milan's way. So Mkhitaryan making a little bit of a meal of that, as Bonucci has the ball at the back now. Over to Romagnoli. Those two both fixtures in the setup for the Italian national side. Ospina controls the ball from the header back. And, well, Milan have come back into the game slightly, but they're still not absolutely peppering Arsenal's goal. I mean, would you say that's more down to Arsenal defensively improving, or just the fact that Milan, from an attacking point of view, haven't really got going?
I think it's the Arsenal game plan, definitely, which is proving difficult for Milan, but they're not helping themselves either. The home side, little situations like that where Bonaventura just passes it straight out, simple 10-yard pass. Said before, this is a big night for Milan, and I think they're showing the nerves on the big occasion against Arsenal, who are playing their best game for about a month, I would have said now, Arsenal at this moment in time. I do think that high pressing is causing Milan all kinds of problems, as you've pointed out a couple of times, Dan.
Yeah, it certainly is, and now Arsenal come forward. Kolasinac into Wilshere, who chests it down. Ozil, he's got Chambers on the outside. Chambers, will he cross into the box? It nearly loops up for Welbeck, and then Calabria at the back post has to deal with it and head it out for a corner. Once again, Arsenal flooding bodies forward, and Milan don't look like they can cope.
No, they don't. They're looking all exposed at the back, aren't they? Which is not what you'd expect from a side with such a good defensive record.
Cross goes into the box, headed away only as far as Ramsey at the outside of the box. He tries to hook it back in towards the goal mouth area, but it does go out of play. So Milan get away with another Arsenal attack, not being able to do anything from that one. Now here's Rodriguez, advances over the halfway line. Rodriguez tries to play a ball through for Cutrone. This time Ospina does really well, times his rush out from goal to perfection, and Cutrone just has to jump over him instead. Mustafi into Chambers. Now back with Shkodran Mustafi. Now Ospina, not really had any saves to make in the game. David Ospina, of course, the cup goalkeeper for Arsenal. Petr Cech on the bench, if indeed he's needed, from now until the end of the evening. Obviously Milan, we just seen, had a little bit more possession as Arsenal go forward again. Mkhitaryan, Kolasinac on the outside, but goes infield to Ozil instead. Welbeck gets it out. Chambers will have the shot, and that's a good palm out by Gianluigi Donnarumma. Chambers with his weaker left foot, he's getting forward at every opportunity. Real joy down that side, and indeed the left-hand side as well. The fullbacks for Arsenal almost playing like wingers, and the shot from Chambers was fisted away by Donnarumma. Ball hasn't gone out of play since. Milan pick the ball back up. Now Bonucci is Suso, waits for Calabria to run on the outside of him. Suso tries to toss one into the box, but headed away by Arsenal again. Good effort from Chambers.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? He had to take it quickly, because that's not what I think Arsenal intended, to work the ball to Chambers, but as it was, it came across to him and he hit it fairly well. You expect Donnarumma to make the save, but even so, plenty of time and space for Arsenal. Here they come again. Yeah,
Mkhitaryan with a lovely ball through to Welbeck, and he's bearing down on goal. Danny Welbeck straight into Donnarumma's palms. He just overran that one. Looked a little bit off balance when he went to strike that ball, but really, once again, Arsenal coming forward, and I think particularly the man who's really impressed me in this half is Henrik Mkhitaryan. He's gone forward and looked the part at every opportunity.
Yeah, he's been given too much time and space, isn't he, by AC Milan. There's so much time for Mkhitaryan when he picks up the ball in Milan's half, because they haven't got the bodies in midfield, and it's just too easy for them. I thought Danny Welbeck lacks conviction there. He's not got many goals to his name this season, and there was an effort which, you know, as a mark of a player who doesn't believe he's going to take that chance.
Yeah, it's always something that's been levelled at him throughout his career, Danny Welbeck, that he's not enough of a natural goal scorer, and you can't fault his pace and energy and work rate, but there's always been that question mark over his technique as Milan now come down the left. Rodriguez tries to cross one, it deflects off Chambers, out for a corner kick, and well, this is the crucial time now for Arsenal with a couple of minutes to go until half-time. They need to hold on to this lead.
Yeah, massively. Just get in at half-time, 1-0 up, and go again in the second half.
Corner whipped into that near post. Ospina nearly lost it. Looks like it has gone out of play for a goal kick, so Bonucci, who was steaming in, real pace, probably got a touch on that. Indeed he did. Bonucci, well, he's got such a giant figure from the back, got a real good leap on him, and Ospina was in no man's land and deflected the header wide of that far post. So Arsenal, a little bit of a scare, but not too much. We did see a graphic come on the screen a couple of minutes ago. Milan haven't had a shot on target yet, which is a real surprise, considering they're the home side, and in the opening 5-10 minutes, they did look like they were going to hurt Arsenal going forward. Now it's back with Donnarumma, whose older brother, Antonio Donnarumma, is on the bench for Milan, signed in the summer to be back up to his younger sibling. Here's Rodriguez. Good ball out wide. Oh, I say it was a good ball. It looked like it was going to be a good ball, but Kolasinac read it well and headed it away. Milan, though, do get it back with Suso. Always looking to cut in on his left foot. Is he brought down there? No, the whistle has gone, so a free kick to AC Milan from a similar situation to where Çalhanoğlu and Suso stood over the one about 5 minutes ago, but on the other side this time. Ramsey just body checking the former Liverpool man. And once again, Arsenal have to defend it.
Yeah, they haven't done well defending set pieces. That was a good chance, I thought, for Bonucci before then, when he just got a glancing header to it but sent it wide. And here again, it looks too far out for a strike. You'd think they'd probably try and play it into the box once more.
Well, it's the same two players stood over it. We have just ticked over the 45-minute mark into 4 minutes of additional time. So Arsenal have some defending to do. Çalhanoğlu and Suso. Rodriguez is also stood a little bit away in case they decide to lay it off and allow him to have the strike. The referee just not happy with something in the wall between the two sides. It's going to be Suso to take it straight up off Welbeck's head by the looks of it. Belia looks to head it back into the mix. Bonucci can't control it, and Arsenal come away with the ball. Here's Welbeck. 5-on-4 momentarily as Welbeck shows great pace to get round the edge of Çalhanoğlu, and that's a good ball forward. It deflects into the path of Mkhitaryan. He cuts inside. Oh, he's hit the crossbar. Henrik Mkhitaryan with a glorious chance to get Arsenal's second goal, his second of the afternoon. A really lovely ball through from Welbeck. It did take a slight deflection into Mkhitaryan's path. He kept himself onside, and he looked like he was going to score, but the crossbars denied him.
Got to take that chance. I think that's a really good opportunity. He opens his body really well, and he's got that whole far side of the goal to aim at, and just can't pick out the top corner. But a great break by Arsenal. Well played, Danny Welbeck. Who was one of the players, I think he's looking short of confidence for the most part, but he backed himself to take on his man and then played a clever ball in behind.
Here come Milan, though, down the other end as the cross goes into the box. Bonaventura, it goes over his head as Koscielny got a glancing header away. It looked from our pictures like it was going to fall straight to Bonaventura, but he's got it back now as Wilshire's giving it away as he dives in, but Bonaventura gets the ball away. Çalhanoğlu, Bonaventura again, makes his way into the box. He'll try cross it, gets it back once again, does brilliantly Bonaventura, but in the end he's just outnumbered by Arsenal defenders. And now the North London side can come out and play a counter-attack, although Xhaka's ball to Welbeck is cut out by Romagnoli. Really fast-paced end to this half as well as the start was. Real watchable game as Suso strikes, but that's a long way wide and already smacks a little bit of frustration, but there it was a good ball in from Suso. Koscielny headed it away, and it just looked like it was going to fall to Bonaventura.
Yeah.
But didn't quite have the legs.
Yeah, just for a minute it looked like it was all opening up for Bonaventura when that ball came back across for him, but Arsenal defended it well. Arsenal, they'll be kicking themselves. They haven't been able to take one of these other chances they've created. I think Welbeck and Mkhitaryan, at least one of them should have buried the opportunities they've had since going 1-0 up.
Yeah, you've got to think that Arsenal could and maybe should be 3-0 up at this stage, which would almost put the tie to bed. Although, of course, they did win 3-0 at Östersunds, and, well, the Swedish side did put up a bit of a fight back in North London, so you can never say never, but Arsenal have looked good in this first half so far. Arsene Wenger will be wondering where this kind of performance has been in the league and in the Carabao Cup final, as the ball flicked up for Chambers, doesn't quite reach him, as the ball out of play now, a long throw back into play. Cutrone, but he slips at the crucial moment and he's looked really isolated up front as Patrick Cutrone, as Welbeck now picks it up to Ozil. Ozil with a lovely ball forward. Ramsey in the box, he rounds the keeper, and it's in the back of the net. Just seconds before the first half is over, Arsenal have doubled their advantage once again on the counter-attack. A lovely ball through for Ramsey, who rounded the goalkeeper with such ease and slots it into the back of the net.
Arsenal have doubled their lead just before half-time. It's now AC Milan 0, Arsenal 2, and it's Aaron Ramsey brought back into the side tonight who scored the second goal. Credit to Mkhitaryan, though, who created it, sliding the ball through. In fact, it was Ozil who played the pass through for Ramsey straight into the Welshman's stride, and he takes it round Donnarumma confidently before rolling it into the back of the net. It's just what Arsenal deserve. They've created some great chances in this first half. Mkhitaryan's hit the crossbar. Welbeck's missed a one-on-one. Ramsey doesn't miss, though, and it's now Arsenal who are 2-0 up in Milan.
Yeah, what a fantastic first half it's been for Arsenal as Milan get the game back underway. Played over to the left, and that is the half-time whistle. It's AC Milan 0, Arsenal 2.
Half-time at the San Siro, and it's been a perfect first half for Arsenal. They lead AC Milan by 2 goals to 0. The home side look all over the shop defensively, and Arsenal have taken full advantage, opening the scoring on 15 minutes through Henrik Mkhitaryan's deflected strike, which left Donnarumma with no chance, and then Aaron Ramsey right on the stroke of half-time, rounding the goalkeeper after a fantastic through ball from Ozil and poking it into the back of the net. Arsenal have hit the crossbar through Mkhitaryan, whilst Welbeck went close as well. It's over. Half-time at the San Siro, and it's
Arsenal are 2 up.
Half-time.
They could have had 2 others as well. Mkhitaryan hitting the bar. Welbeck with a big chance, saved by Donnarumma, but Mkhitaryan with one, Ramsey with another one. And Milan are trailing 2-0 here to the Gunners in this surprising scoreline from northern Italy. Analysis coming up from Martin Keown and Jermaine Genus with Lindsay Hitgrave in the studio. That'll be after the break.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
Your Saturday evening starts here.
Hazard! Oh, yes! He's done it again!
What a goal that is from Milan!
Benteke!
Fantastic Crystal Palace goal.
Marcus Alonso!
What a game we have in store here at Stamford Bridge.
We are connected to some of the most advanced technology the world has ever seen. We can choose from over 100,000 live sports events every year. Just like that. We are members of the world's favourite online sports betting company. And we gamble responsibly at Bet365.
This March,
It's time to get our garden back.
Did he just wink? I didn't know we could do that.
Peter Rabbit.
This year, Gopi has built her own business with her own 2 hands. Each unique piece comes to life in the same way. A messy, sloppy, splattery way. But at least with QuickBooks, she's found a way to keep her receipts tidy. Snap, sort, and store tax-deductible receipts on the go with QuickBooks. Smarter business tools for the world's hardest workers. Now with up to 50% off your first 6 months. QuickBooks, backing you.
Tomb Raider in cinemas March 15.
Welcome, everyone. What a lovely day. Full of wonderful memories. So nice to see people happy. No one absolutely furious.
Not now, Terry.
No, sorry, Susan. This man is a liar. He said purple bricks were just online. Well, they're not, Gareth. They are... estate agents, real people, but with no commission.
Commisery. When you spend thousands on commission, they've got nothing more for your money. Save yourself from commisery at purplebricks.co.uk.
What makes Ring the world's most advanced doorbell? Ring lets you see and speak with whoever's at your door from your smartphone.
Hello?
Package for Mrs. Thompson.
Oh, fab. Can you leave it by the front door?
Okay. Save you a trip to the depot.
Ring works off your home Wi-Fi network. It's easy to install and runs off a built-in battery. Or you can connect it to the mains. With Ring, you're always home. Available at ring.com and select retailers.
Hey, Rob. What's that? Oh, that's a tool station helping hand. Haven't you got one? A what? Where do I get one of those? You get a helping hand at Tool Station. There's over 11,000 trade quality products. Just buy online or visit your nearest branch. There's same-day stock availability at everyday low prices. And you get free delivery on orders over 10 quid. Oh. Well, where's yours then? I think you're sat on him, John. Oh.
A helping hand from Tool Station. Your best mate for the job. Capture Life. Now available with 0% APR representative from £169 per month.
If you've got BT broadband at home, you'll save £60 a year on all BT mobile 4G SIMs. Our starter SIM is just £7.50 per month. It's perfect for staying in touch with unlimited calls and texts. Or for just £12 a month, our 3-gig Essential SIM handles whatever life throws at you. While for £22 a month, our 15-gig Ultimate SIM is great if your phone buzzes and beeps every 5 minutes. Plus, you'll get fast 4G and Wi-Fi in more places than O2, Vodafone and Free. So get the SIM that's just right for you. Search BT Mobile or call 0800 756 5235.
I'm Dan, and I'm his data self. We are inseparable. I'll have the steak, please. Oh, me too. Medium rare. Medium rare. He's what companies see when they're deciding whether to offer me credit. And if I need a loan or a credit card, he'll show me what I can get.
Get to know your data self with Experian and make it work for you.
This program is sponsored by Bet365.
Welcome back. It's another big Saturday of football here on BT Sport. As usual, BT Sport Score will guide you through all the 3 o'clock kickoffs, and that is before we switch to Stamford Bridge, where Chelsea meet Crystal Palace in a huge game for both teams from 5 o'clock on BT Sport 1 HD. But at San Siro, Arsenal leading 2-0 at the break. This is new. Jermaine Genius and Martin Keown. Arsenal winning away from home and lots of positives to talk about. They showed a threat before Mkhitaryan got his first goal for them.
Look, down that left-hand side of Arsenal, they've been probing away and picking holes, I think, in the Milan defence. You know, early signs of Kolasinac getting down there. Mesut Ozil started on the right, but since he's come central, he's almost been kind of the player that's been feeding everything that's been good down that left-hand side. Himself and Mkhitaryan linking up a couple of times. The warning signs were there for Milan, and they just didn't kind of switch on to it. And eventually they were punished, and it was again Mesut Ozil, lovely first-time ball, and I suppose the cut inside has caught out the right back, and once he's put his foot through it, the deflection has made it very difficult for anybody to stop.
Is this proof Ozil and Mkhitaryan can play together? Because questions were asked whether that was possible.
Well, it's interesting, the sort of jigsaw puzzle that Wenger's been trying to create, and all of a sudden, just in 45 minutes, it seems to have come back again. Players playing with freedom, and this is going for the jugular here as well. And that's what I like to see. It's just closing at the end of the half. They should score again from this situation. I mean, he's done everything right, Mkhitaryan, and he puts it over the bar. And then you think that's it then, and Arsenal keep coming. And that's the Arsenal of old Wenger's rekindled that almost in 45 minutes, and it's the first time. It's like going back in time.
He loves this competition. He got 6
really put a
last
smile on my face.
season in the Europa League. It has, and then the second goal put an even bigger one on it, Martin.
Well, we were just saying there, and Jermaine talked about it. Ozil starts on the right, but it allows him to come more centrally, and this is great link-up. Ramsey wants to get forward at every opportunity. They can't live with them when they play like this. The number of players that they're pushing forward, making runs in behind the opposition, it's tidy feet, and Arsenal go in. They must sit there now at half-time with a great deal of confidence, with the job's only half done.
Jermaine, though, at 0-0, should Arsenal have conceded a penalty?
This is one of those situations that I've been speaking to referees about, constantly all season. If they can give decisions when players are honest, then you'll get more of this situation. I think that's a penalty.
He's penalised for being too honest there, because we're always saying players should stay on their feet more, but...
Yeah, Gaspina's he's committed himself, he's thrown himself at Çalhanoğlu's feet, which has obstructed him. Now, he's been very honest, granted, but he's got nothing for it. His teammates won't thank him for it. His manager won't thank him for it. I just think we're in a place where referees should look at that and still be able to give a decision without having to throw yourself to the floor. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, honest Çalhanoğlu, we'll have to call him from now on. Right, well, Milan hadn't conceded a goal in 6 games before this one. They've conceded 2 tonight, though. Mkhitaryan with his first for the Gunners, and Aaron Ramsey have given Arsenal a 2-0 lead heading into the second half.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
Cheltenham winner for sure. And it's been a perfect first half for Arsenal because they lead AC Milan by 2 goals to 0. The home side have been all over the place at the back, and Arsenal have taken full advantage. Mkhitaryan opening the scoring on 15 minutes. His deflected strike off Bonucci, looping over Donnarumma, and then Aaron Ramsey right on the stroke of half-time, rounding the goalkeeper to tap in the second. Mkhitaryan's also hit the crossbar, whilst Welbeck's gone close. It's been a great first half for the Gunners. Half-time at the San Siro, and it's been a perfect first half for Arsenal because they lead AC Milan by 2 goals to 0. The home side have been all over the place at the back, and Arsenal have taken full advantage. Mkhitaryan opening the scoring on 15 minutes. His deflected strike off Bonucci, looping over Donnarumma, and then Aaron Ramsey right on the stroke of half-time, rounding the goalkeeper to tap in the second. Mkhitaryan's also hit the crossbar, whilst Welbeck's gone close. It's been a great first half for the Gunners. Half-time at the San Siro, and it's been a perfect first half for Arsenal because they lead AC Milan by 2 goals to 0. The home side have been all over the place at the back, and Arsenal have taken full advantage. Mkhitaryan opening the scoring on 15 minutes. His deflected strike off Bonucci, looping over Donnarumma, and then Aaron Ramsey right on the stroke of half-time, rounding the goalkeeper to tap in the second. Mkhitaryan's also hit the crossbar, whilst Welbeck's gone close. It's been a great first half for the Gunners. Half-time at the San Siro, and it's been a perfect first half for Arsenal because they lead AC Milan by 2 goals to 0. The home side have been all over the place at the back, and Arsenal have taken full advantage. Mkhitaryan opening the scoring on 15 minutes. His deflected strike off Bonucci, looping over Donnarumma, and then Aaron Ramsey right on the stroke of half-time, rounding the goalkeeper to tap in the second. Mkhitaryan's also hit the crossbar, whilst Welbeck's gone close. It's been a great first half for the Gunners. Half-time at the San Siro, and it's been a perfect first half for Arsenal because they lead AC Milan by 2 goals to 0. The home side have been all over the place at the back, and Arsenal have taken full advantage. Mkhitaryan opening the scoring on 15 minutes. His deflected strike off Bonucci, looping over Donnarumma, and then Aaron Ramsey right on the stroke of half-time, rounding the goalkeeper to tap in the second. Mkhitaryan's also hit the crossbar, whilst Welbeck's gone close. It's been a great first half for the Gunners. Half-time at the San Siro, and it's been a perfect first half for Arsenal because they lead AC Milan by 2 goals to 0. The home side have been all over the place at the back, and Arsenal have taken full advantage. Mkhitaryan opening the scoring on 15 minutes. His deflected strike off Bonucci, looping over Donnarumma, and then Aaron Ramsey right on the stroke of half-time, rounding the goalkeeper to tap in the second. Mkhitaryan's also hit the crossbar, whilst Welbeck's gone close. It's been a great first half for the Gunners. Half-time at the San Siro, and it's been a perfect first half for Arsenal because they lead AC Milan by 2 goals to 0. The home side have been all over the place at the back, and Arsenal have taken full advantage. Mkhitaryan opening the scoring on 15 minutes. His deflected strike off Bonucci, looping over Donnarumma, and then Aaron Ramsey right on the stroke